Well, first and foremost, it's really great to be, as I said, at ADIPEC, because it's really the event which is this year focusing on what we have been doing in AVEVA for many, many years. It's about the driving digitalization, but also in the context of decarbonization. That really the industry is prioritizing both things right now, and I think the fact that the ADIPEC put it up front there as a focus area is really, really exciting. I think we all know that digital technologies are the key to drive the change. I think that right now, many companies are prioritizing those agendas in their strategic outputs. The digital technology will drive not only reduction in the existing carbon footprint, but completely drive a new way of driving the business. And first and foremost, in AVEVA, we, of course, helping people existing business models to decarbonize. We know that it helps us from the way how we operate and how we build facilities to do it much more effectively using the digital technology, where we can save up to 10–20% of an installed costs of the future assets, or really driving significantly operating expenses of the facilities which we are currently having. But also very importantly is that we are helping the companies to drive completely different a new energy mix. We talk a lot about how much hydrogen can help us in driving decarbonization. We know that by the 2050 it can have as much as a 20% impact of reducing total green gas emissions. And I think when we come up with a new energy mix, therefore we're setting up the new facilities. This is where we work very, very closely with local players, which put this as a priority. Right? We work already with ADNOC, and great to see those colleagues here in the event. But also for example, we work with Saudi Aramco in terms of using AI and predictive maintenance to make sure that we drive the better outcomes for their business. Well, I think that unique challenges is a scale of the companies, and therefore scale of adoption that we are looking for. Those are the very large companies, and the large companies has got the challenges associated to not just finding the business case which proved to be driving the outcomes they're looking for. It's actually the scaling this business case across all of their assets, across all of the facilities. And I think AVEVA with expertise and domain knowledge, but also the brand of our access to the market, is helping the companies to drive it this change at scale. Second thing I think is very important is in this business, the regulation, security aspect of driving the change is very, very important. Again, you have to have therefore the knowledge and the partner who you can trust, who can understand the aspects of your operations. Again, it has to be secure, has to be cyber secure, and it has to serve the challenging conditions of what our companies and partners operate in. Well, software proved to be one of the most effective way to drive the efficiencies. And let me first start again with reminding that any energy which is not wasted is an energy which can be used for something else, or doesn't need to be produced in the first place. And I think that when we use a technology which drives optimization, for example, we're trying to help the people to find an optimal point of their operations. An optimal point could be not only economic output. Very often the optimal point right now is in the point where we emit the less amount of gases, for example. Right? That technology, really driven by AI, is helping you to find those optimal points. with the help, of course, using the data, which is underlying source of us being able to drive the AI technology on top of it. So in this case, we are helping people to save the emissions up to 20–30% on their standard operating efficiency. We also help the companies to potentially drive the decarbonization through the carbon capture. We work with companies like Aker Carbon Capture to make sure that this carbon is being effectively captured and stored. But then again, we also talk about the completely new energy mix, right? We're talking about the new sources of energy being hydrogen. And this is where we really engage with many new players, which is starting up, entering the business, to make sure that the hydrogen will be a big part of an energy mix. And again, especially in this part of the world, where we can see a big future for the green hydrogen, we know that transportation is still a problem of the hydrogen, but once we solve that problem at scale, we know that can drive a huge transformation in energy mix for this market and geography, but also for the rest of the world. AVEVA technology, once again, when we are talking about the wise use of the world resources, is about making sure that from any resource which we extracted, right, we're getting maximum benefits. When it comes to oil and gas, specifically the players, we know that reducing the emission from existing processes is relatively easy to gain once you have your data structure under control, and once your underlying data management is in place. Meaning that we are not just collecting the operational data, we start structuring in such a way that it can be leveraged by the advanced technologies. When it comes to energy management solution, again, AI technology right now can help you to drive the energy consumption is in the most optimal way, right? We know when the energy is most available, whether it's whether you can use the renewable type of energy when it's available there, or when you are looking for again balancing the energy consumption versus the output you can have in your processes. Again, AVEVA covering both the data collection, data structuring, and also the technology which sits on top of data, right? And running the optimizers, again, the process optimizers, energy optimizers, and that's only on the side of operating our facilities. Once again, we also can think of how we build the facilities in the most cost-effective way, or the neutral to the environment way. And this is, again, significant savings can be done on both sides, right? Again, on the emission side and on the cost side. Well, when it comes to the smart grids, the power distribution, I think there is also a very, very critical element of us making sure that we are helping to synchronize different sources of energy. Again, more and more mix is coming from renewable energy, but we also know the challenges with renewable energy, right? It might be available when the sun is shining, right? It's less so when it's night. Same with the wind power. Therefore, there's a lot of synchronization of different sources of energy is important. For that, AVEVA is helping to, first and foremost, to share the data, to make it available between the different energy suppliers and the energy consumers. And this is at the scale of a large producers and consumers. but also we can go even further into the more consumer consumption, right? More and more consumption is happening through the households, where the one moment we are potentially consumers, another moment we can be producers of electricity. Again, the data sharing at that scale is very important to balance the grid, and we are working with the companies to give them the access to that. I think very recently we have been engaging with UK Power Network, which is exactly trying to solve this problem, and we are very happy that they chose our technology, and we're working together with them to address it.
Really, thanks for your time, Evgeny, and great to see you.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.